Hey, yo, what's going on with it once again? Bros, women, bronies, and pegasisters, this is the one and only, of course, Mr. Nintendo Sony 2011 aka Criticism Guide 2009. Of course, you guys are watching the intro before we begin. Definitely check out freakingnotebook.com and, of course, 7 episodes on that. If any people want professional channel banner design and or picture design specifically made for you, I'll put that link to the YouTube channel, official website down below. You can just Google them if you want to. Best partnership I ever had. And let's get into it. So, coming in at number 5 right here, and that's actually 5 through 1. So, I'm just going to play the whole list so that way people know what I'm talking about. That's actually number 1 on the list. The other would be number 5. So Edward Elric. This is the top 5 most honorable mentions I didn't get to put in my first part of this video in a way. Honorable anime hero protagonists of all time. So, I'm not reading the whole thing either because that would take at least 8 to 10 hours tops since I really don't edit very much of my videos at all. So appearance. And I'm going to have to do a second part of this like I always normally say. And I got my drink of water. You guys can't see it, but you will once I take that break. Edward is Edward from the Full Metal Alchemist and Brotherhood series, if any people remember that. Is very small for his age. Standing only 149 centimeters, 4 feet, 11 inches. That's super tiny. No wonder he gets hated getting called on short. I remember that. Alright. So, at the beginning of the series, despite his attempt to appear taller, he wears his golden brown hair and usually tied in a braid and hangs down from his shoulders, but sometimes forging the braid in a simple ponytail. He parts his bangs in the middle of his forehead, so that way his frame or his face either side as they fall in or in the center of parting. He leaves a single strand of hair sticking up in the antenna in chapter 56, and it is revealed that he does this intentionally, presumably to add his height. Ed has his eyes, are gold shiny, significantly the Zexisarian ancestry. Early on in the manga, Ed receives a thin horizon battle scar that is above his right eye, which remains there for his subsequent battles and causes sensitive skin to tear up and open repeatedly. As of chapter 76, however, the scars appear to have healed over completely. As the series progressed, some of the Edward Elric features of his nose and chin begin to take similar shape to his father's. At the end of the series, Edward is shown to have more grownable, noticeably taller, and several inches taller than Winry, and finally beginning to be at least equal height to Alphonse, aka his brother Al, the one that's that little not robot machine, but the little side of armor because his soul was imbounded to him. If you haven't seen the anime series, you probably don't know what I'm talking about, but if you have, you probably know exactly what I'm describing for you people. Alright, so near the end of 2003 in the anime series, it was revealed that Earth has its own version of Edward Elric, who is identical to the storyline of having his same hair and bang cut short. So we're going to get into his abilities and powers. Hopefully it's around. It has to be because I saw it earlier. I'm only going to read half of it because the combat alchemy, that's what he has around there. So let's get into the abilities. Despite Edward's stature and young age, he is remarkably combatant. That's what it was. Having apprenticed under Izumi Curtis, Ed is taught the condition to have his body thoroughly regular workouts and sparring as part of her philosophy. To train the spirit, first train the body. As such, his slight frame bellies out in a completely muscular build that, in his addition to his natural high energy level and endurance, fuels his considerably strength and agility. Due to his Izumi sparring training, Edward has become a particularly competent hand-to-hand combat fighter, able to fight his own armed opponents, and even skilled in martial arts and practitioners. Besides that, his steel right arm and his leg augments in the fighting series to have a lot more defensive and offensive capabilities, as well as his right arm being the left leg to have his leg off. And I just read that part. To his similar defensive capabilities with his speed. After his reidified with the lighter, cold climate, and then the automail in chapter 70 in the manga. And you guys can read that rest on your own. Well, actually, no, I'm going to read the other half, and then I'll be done here. And then I got to get to the next four. Acts adjusted and is under unprecedented acceptance into the state alchemist program, such as for such remarkably young age. Edward Elric is an alchemy prodigy of the genius level intellect. For early childhood, his displays of proficiency for alchemy, acquiring self-taught alchemy skills, and comprehensive from the advanced literature in his father's abandoned study at an age that shocked even the mother. Edward even sees the world of alchemy as therefore is able to solve complicated codes, puzzles, and the mysterious much more easily than normal. He has shown himself to be exponentially adept at chemistry and reasonably competent in biology. Indeed, even in his preparations for the failed attempt to resurrect his mother was inadvertently one of these. Edward's near encyclopedic knowledge of the alchemy theory is astounding, contributed into his incredible success with the emergency soul binding experimentation. He has shown an uncanny level of focus that allows him to have efficiently shut down everything out of his surroundings and devote all of his considerable mental powers with the problems and demands of attention, especially in the case of books. So this guy is definitely a bookworm, obviously, too, so it's pretty hardcore. He was actually my second favorite character. The first one I actually liked was from the Homunculus, which I think was is between Lust or that other dude, Wrath. I think Wrath was a badass too. I remember that. Other than that, Sloth was kind of boring. I didn't like that one very much. And of course, Lust, she was a really hot piece of ass back in the day. Man, junior high at night, my day was huge with that anime. It just was. I don't know why. Other than that, I'm not done yet. All right, so that's that one. Coming in number 4. I already read this one before, but I'm going to read it again just in case you people have done it. I actually read the whole thing back in the day. If any people remember my whole 4 or 5 month season of me doing analysis segment reviews for the Ruby series. So I'm going into Ruby Rose now, which she's probably not going to be showing, but she will show in a second. She probably did. So let's see, appearance. Let's see. This is what it is. Ruby appears as a young silver-eyed dressed black girl in a blouse and skirt with red trimmings, complete with a red cloak. She is the youngest character of the show so far. However, her outfit makes her various up to shades of red and black, with black being the primary color of the main suit and the red cloak. Even her hair is in black with the red tint to it. As of her second appearance, Ruby has cross-shaped pins of holding her cloak and t-shirt. Around her waist belt, which holds a large cartridge, is possibly 50 calibers of comparability of individual loops as well as magazine pouches. In the red trailer, as well as promotional logo for Ruby, she has a silver crossing, but the belt is eventually changed into a silver version of her rose symbol. And her physical appearance, you guys can read that on your own. Her powers, there's a whole bunch of them, but I'm just going to go just read the letters instead of reading a whole damn paragraph. You guys can read it on your own. I'll put the link in the description for all these. And to my older video on the whole mini analysis that I did for her. Way back, I think, December this past year. Let's see. This is the Uncle Crow here. Then there's, let's see. She ends up destroying a lot of Beowulfs. And let's see what else that she does. She usually uses her scythe, and then she uses a lot of other ones, which is, let's see, it says the Crescent Rose is a really special attack where she usually uses those rose petals on the side. She has her semblance with speed next to Pure Nikos, I remember that. In the Emerald Forest, she was a really fast chick in there, I remember that. And, yeah. Oh, yeah, and sometimes she ends up using this, giant, war petal thing whenever she fights with Weiss. Weiss does this crazy ass Full Metal Alchemist symbol, and then it makes her go 10 times as fast. So speed is a really big part of her attacks. So that's what number 4 is on the list. So number 3, we're gonna get into very well. You already know how much of a huge ass fan I am on this show or this anime series, and hopefully to God they make this an English sub eventually, because I think in a Japanese one might be going on now, or maybe it still is in a couple months. I still haven't been on top of it because I'm reading other animes or mangas and watching animes on the weekend. So it's Eren Yeager from obviously Attack on Titan. So third honorable mention, character protagonist, superhero. Eren is the young man of an average height and build. He has fairly long yet round facial expressions and sizable expressive gray eyes, teal green in the anime. His eyebrows are sparse and often furrowed, to making him very troubled and annoyed. His hair is short and black, dark brown, with his bangs naturally fall into curtain type styles. Complexion also seems somewhat more of a tan comparison of other characters. Lots of his training during his time as a soldier, he became very physical and finally very muscular and unseen through his baggy clothes. And there's that part, and there's a lot of other stuff about his personality. Let's just get into his not history, their story. There's like so many other things. I'm gonna put all these wikis on the description box below, the ones that I'm reading, so that way you guys will know exactly what I'm discussing you and reading to you, giving you explanations. Let's see. There's so many of them. My God. Abilities: martial arts. Originally, Aaron's only noteworthy trait was his natural physical strength. As he grew up and joined to the 104 squad, he trained extensively hand-to-hand combat. After additional training with Renard and Annie, Aaron's powers and skills have been diversified, including the use of his punches, throws, grabs, and submission locks. He had one of the best score hand-to-hand combats of the entire 104 Gratitude squad. While hand-to-hand fighting would be appearing to use due to massive physical differences between humans and Titans, these skills given Aaron a powerful edge to fight other Titans with his own Titan form. And 3D maneuvering gear, that's the one that they always like doing that whole Spider-Man thing where they go choo, choo, choo. If you haven't seen the anime, which probably a million of you probably had already, you gotta check that out if you haven't. Because it is very, very over the top. Some people call it overrated. I think it lives to that title, but it's amazing as hell. It's got the right to be overrated. It is just a boss-ass, epic, addicting anime. That's what it is. 3D maneuvering gear. At first, it is shown that Aaron is not very skilled with the gear. I remember that episode. It was crazy. He tried it countless times, but before he kept getting smacked down on the head of his floor. People mocked him for this. Aaron pleaded for help from everyone, but the only advice they can give Aaron is that he needed to clear his mind and focus. On his last attempt, Aaron did just that and stood upright for a short period of time before tipping over on his head again. The commander told Thomas Wenger to swap equipment with Aaron and for that to try to Aaron again. Aaron did so and balanced with ease. Commander told him that Aaron's equipment was damaged and it was a miracle that he even managed to stay right up at all. As he really had bad balance in the end. She had a good one because somebody, I guess, cheated on him or whatever. I don't know. Could have been Mikasa. I don't know. He isn't shown using the gear very much, but he was able to hold down with the Colossal Titan for a short period of time under the Titan's disappearance. He was eventually able to slow down respectively in a mountain of skills with use of gear, even bigger, capable of Titans on his own scouting corps. With that said, I'm going to stop it here. I got a lot of other stuff and bills I got to pay. So anyways, peace out once again, everyone. I will see you when I see you guys. Have a good day, have a good night, wherever you're at around the world. Don't drink, smoke weed at the same time. Don't take the reckless. Keep it calm, keep it cool, keep it chill, keep it collective. And until then, that's it, guys. Peace out, ladies, goodbye. I won't keep you guys here too long. And stay tuned for part 2. I'm out of here like sauerkraut, and have a good Saturday or Friday whenever I post this video. Deuces, everyone. Peace.